Yeah, I don't really know what to ask. I just thought Jessica shared that stuff at church this morning, and so I went on. Did this thing, and then I did share screen and let it play through what she shared at church. But
Yeah.
I don't know, so I could throw that on there too and just piece it together. But I was just gonna ask you what you had heard, if you could give a rundown, I guess, on what's going on there. Brief
Sure.
overview.
Okay, so from what I have heard from
Oh wait,
between,
sorry. Before we go into this, maybe we could start. You could give a because if I do share this on like the Discord or whatever, could you maybe share?
who I am.
Well, yeah, who you are and what your car project is and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
guess.
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if you piece it together, I'm one of the co-founders of the Yaqar project. My sister Jessica's the other one. She's the CEO, I'm the COO. And basically the Yaqar project, we started it so that way we could find people who are on the grounds day in, day out working with orphans overseas and connect them with people here who want to get involved and are looking for an outlet to get involved. So our whole mission is to make sure that the children around the world are feeling like they are valued and are special, while also creating an atmosphere for volunteers to feel like they can bring something to the table that's specific to them and valuable. So we want to plug people in the way that they are best able to be plugged in. That being said, we are currently, our like two major countries that we are in are India and Ukraine. And we have like 4 different partners in Ukraine, and we have all these partners so that way we have like these outlets for people to get involved. But these are people who are on the grounds that we've gone over, we've met them, and we've seen what they do like firsthand, and they just like care for these kids every day. A lot of the kids are social orphans, which means that they're just from low income housing or families that are abusive, basically just like neglected children, but not legally orphans. So a lot of the legal orphans are, since the war started, have been transported from mostly just like one orphanage to another in like a safer city. But the other children, which are a lot of the children that we've met going over to Ukraine, are the children whose families are from low income houses. And a lot of those kids can't leave the cities that they're in. So for me, what I've been doing through this process is reaching out to those kids that I have connections with still, and just checking in to see like where they are, if they're safe. And a lot of them, like the ones that I've messaged are the ones in Pokrovsk, which is a city really close to the eastern border, which is close to Russia, obviously. And that city itself has like, not as of what I've heard last from them, they said that they can hear the bombings in the city surrounding them, but they currently are not, their city's like still intact. They have a shelter in place for that city. And so a lot of the kids are like, they've like communicated that their family is either like in the shelter or at any time ready to go to the shelter. We have one partner that is still remaining in Pokrovsk, and her name is Anya, and she is like continuing to stay only for the reason of the kids. She just can't leave them. And so what we've been doing through this process with Anya and with Taras, who's in Kiev, which Taras, let me circle back to him really quick. Taras, like, if you don't know, is literally like doing incredible work right now. We partnered with him because he was working with kids right outside of Kiev in a city called Squira. And he would take them in once a week to this church, and he would teach them everything from like how to cook food for yourself, If they didn't know like personal hygiene, he would teach them that. He would get them surgeries or like dental appointments if they needed it. It was basically just like kids who were neglected, and he was trying to like get them on their feet and show them that they can have joy and love. And whoa, what is this?
This is his Facebook.
Oh, the Joy Project. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Um,
Taras's thing, and there's him with some
yeah.
of the
So
kids.
he wants to show them, like, he kind of wants to teach them how to do things that their parents never taught them how to do, as well as remind them that they're children and that they should still have joy and be enjoying life. And so he also like teaches them the Bible and all sorts of stuff. And so they just like always have a good time. We got to go and see them, and that's them singing a Christmas song.
Yeah. Taras, he's so funny.
He's the happiest person in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's been doing this amazing work for so long. And since then, these photos here, we've been sending funds. We've been raising money, and like people have been donating like crazy, which has been amazing. And so he's been traveling to grocery stores and gas stations to fill up gas, get food for people, bring it to everyone that he knows and anyone he can find. And so this is him like supplying food and groceries for people.
That's his neighborhood, right? Is that just people in his neighborhood, or?
I think that might be Square Up. I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, actually, if you
Yeah.
go
Oh,
up,
here's some more groceries. Go back
yeah,
up. Sorry.
if you go up further, you can see one of the girls up here. That's
Yeah.
Nat,
This was. Yeah.
Natasha. Yeah, she was one of the first people that he reached out to us about, that he's been like taking care of basically. And her like sister and stuff. And so like this is in Squira. These are the families that he, like the kids he's been working with.
Oh, she looks so happy.
He does. And it's cute because like he's like making a big impact just by like loving these people. And like he'll post all the time like just a picture of these people smiling and waving, and he's like got them to safety, and so he's like been using his funds to fill up his gas tank and take people from one place to the other to get them to like a safer part of the city, or like a more secure location, as well as like provide them food. So he's just like working tirelessly to like help as many people as he can.
Yeah.
So right now, basically what we've been doing, we created a fund. It's an emergency Ukraine fund, and it's on our website, and that is what this is going to. So everything that is donated to that emergency fund is going to these people.
To Taras. I don't know if I have Anna on Facebook.
Anya?
I'm not on Anya. Sorry.
And no, it's Anna on Facebook actually. ANNA. Her last name is like Kotov. It's KOTOV.
The Katova.
Oh, it might be Katova.
Maybe that could be her. I don't know.
No,
I
wait,
don't know.
you press it again up there.
Well, I could do
Is the
wait,
Anna
up here?
Leah? No, go back over here. Anna Leah. There was one that was in the middle. The middle name was like Leon. No, it's an O.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
There, right there, Leonid.
that's her. Okay.
I think that might be her.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
So this is her
she. Yeah, and she actually has a shelter that she had set up for, because when the kids turn 16, they are usually kicked out of the government orphanages. So she kind of created like a halfway house for them in this city. And so a lot of the people that she works with are those like young adults. And yeah, so she's in Pokrovsk. So she's still there, and we're trying to get more funds to her. As of right now, we've been able to send money to Taras and to Daniel, who also was with this organization that has the Marvel kids that you're trying to look up and stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find some of the kids, because that's who Anna stayed with, was those kids. But
yeah,
yeah.
And so
these are some of them. If we could just go, I could go through some of these. So these are some of the kids Anna stayed with that we met when we were there. I can't find the stuff on Facebook. So anyway,
yeah,
that's that.
yeah, so we have the emergency fund set up and it's for them. And so everything's going to them and they're making the most of what we send them. Like, I mean, Taras, today I just talked to Jessica and she was like, I'm trying to get him more funds because I like sent him money and I told him like make sure that you have food for yourself. And then he was like, I forgot to get food for myself, but don't worry, I have water and flour. and
It sounds like
and
a
that's
meal with
I
some
know.
sugar in there. Be
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just the way he is. And so like
Yeah,
he gives everything that he has. And at the end of every day, whenever he like calls me or calls Jessica, he looks just exhausted because he's just been
yeah,
working, you know? Um, but
yeah,
it's and honestly, I don't have many updates about like the way that the war is going. I get all of those from Alex, my friend who's Ukrainian who lives in Chattanooga with me. And from what I gather about what's happening is people think that something will come to an end in the next couple of days because um, Russia is not doing well in terms of the war, but they have a lot of like nuclear weapons that they're have at their disposal, and Putin is basically saying like it's kind of like if I can't have it, no one can sort of mentality. And so everyone's just kind of praying that he hasn't completely lost his mind yet, but it's looking worse and worse every time he makes a public speech. And so it seems like Ukraine from from like the vantage point of originally seeing the Russian army versus the Ukrainian army, it looked like they didn't stand a chance. But Ukraine's fighting they're fighting hard and they're fighting really well. And I think that well, I hope and I pray that everything will be okay. But like either way, the reason why we have this fund is because when this comes to a close, there's going to be a lot of people who need a lot of help.
yeah.
And currently, a lot of
Yeah,
people who need
where's
a lot of
that?
help.
Maybe I can find that post that Jessica did. Is that on Facebook as well, where she posted the pictures Taras shared of Kiev?
I posted it on Facebook.
You did
I think, yeah. Do you like the ones
the
of him?
yeah, the I think because I know she posted it on Instagram. It's your El Camino video that has like 2,000 views. Where is it?
Oh wait, not on my personal one, on the car
Oh,
project.
okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I don't know why I just don't go there. Sorry. So
Oh,
yeah,
it's
here
okay.
is the car project thing. Oh yeah, and that is another thing, Jessica. So this was where
Serge,
are the posts? Why can't I find them? Oh,
they're on the
there.
sides,
That's
right
for her at
there.
church. Yeah, sir. Is it Sergey? Is that his name?
I think Serge. Maybe it's Sergey. I don't know. I only met him. I met him one time. Jessica knew him really well, but he worked with Lifeline Hosting and helped Jessica find her son.
Yeah, so this is
And
Jessica's son, our nephew. It's Josiah
yeah,
and his
Josiah.
grandmother. And so
Yeah,
she's
when
still there. But
she's
as
still
far
there,
as
she's in fifth male.
is yeah, and she's I don't think Ismail. I think Ismail's okay, I guess. I talked to Ivan, our
Hmm.
cab driver, when we were
Yeah.
there. He said everything was good there, but he said his sister was in Odessa and they were trying to get her out of there. And I don't know if they have. So this was yeah, he
Serge. And I mean, he had dual citizenship, and so he could have come home, but he didn't, and he chose to fight, and he passed away this morning.
he
So
was killed in action, right?
I
Fighting,
think
I
so.
guess. Yeah. I think that's what
Mhm.
it said. I can't see because our thing's in the way here.
You were good.
Um yeah. Anyway, so then I'm trying to find the pictures of where it's probably coming up because I know that's some people Taras got. Here's the ones of Kiev, I think, right? I think didn't Taras share these? I thought he shared these. I don't, or she got them from
I mean,
somewhere.
Taras has been posting a lot. Those ones?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
they're
said
right
we
here.
received these photos from our partner Taras.
I posted this. Just kidding.
You did, okay,
Yeah, I did.
okay, yeah. So this
That's
is
I've always
Kiev
been.
or Kiev.
Yeah.
Uh,
He sent
that
those like to us.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like you said, even after everything's over, they're gonna need funds because
Yeah. And
that
it's one of
was
those things where like a lot of people have been like, oh, are these like people, that's the grocery store
yeah
because everything's inflated. So it's really hard to find like to buy groceries, but also it's really impossible to find them. And so he's been scrounging for them. But yeah, a lot of people have like been like, oh, are these photos real and things like that. And it's like, I mean, these photos are directly from Taras. Like he's taking them with his phone and sending them, or like someone, his friend is sending him a video and then he's sending it to us. You know, it's like, I don't
yeah
know. It's just like it's a very real thing. It's not a crisis. It's a war, and it's like happening
yeah
now.
it's really it's weird because like Alex, and Alex is very connected to Ukraine, and now you and me are connected to Ukraine. You are more than I am even, and then Jessica's been. She said in church this morning she'd been going there for 20 years,
Yeah,
and basically Daniel's like her son, sort of. So it's like
yeah.
it's very very real for us, I guess. And
Well, yeah, and the thing is like if we don't take this like seriously, I mean, like obviously we're taking it seriously because we have connections there, but if everyone else doesn't take it seriously, it's like, yeah, it's going to affect us. Eventually, it's going to affect all of us. And then we're going to wish that we took it seriously when we could have done something.
yeah,
And thankfully, Ukraine has been strong enough to hold its own. But
yeah. Well, I heard today that more people are stepping in. Like we sent some supplies, and I think Germany went
Germany
in,
said,
and
yeah.
yeah. So but sorry, I can let you go. What else I was gonna ask though? Oh yeah, the funding thing though, because I think um so I just helped Jessica. I sent some more through Western Union, so they're
Mhm.
getting they are getting the funds. I know Taras is because he was buying
Yeah.
groceries. And how is Anya?
Anya's
It
getting her funds through Daniel.
okay? That's right.
Um, but as of right now, like Western Union has capped how much you can send per month. So
It's
tomorrow it's like 6 times a month. You can send
yeah,
Stephanie
transactions is not like amounts though. I don't think, is it?
$500 per
Oh, per transaction. Okay.
yeah, I think so. Um, but I'm going tomorrow with Alex to the bank to see if you can wire it directly with the IBAN number.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna talk to him about it tomorrow and see like what
Yeah.
that looks like. Because he's trying to wire money to friends that he has. Um, so
Yeah.
we'll see how that works.
Well, I
But yeah,
still should have. I suppose that I should have five more as well because I had to send one through my Western Union
oh
to
yeah,
Daniel. I think I
yeah,
went to Daniel.
yeah,
So yeah, so it'll get there, I
yeah.
guess.
But either
Some
way, no matter what, like the money is getting there right now. And if for whatever reason, I hope to God that it doesn't ever completely shut down to where we can't reach it to them. But like there's also people who are trying to run money to them, or like even like, I don't know. I mean, it's for Ukraine, regardless of what happens, like
yeah.
it's for Ukraine,
Oh
no
yeah.
matter what. And so
Yeah.
like if for whatever reason we can't get money to them and then the war ends, like that money is set aside for them to rebuild. And but I hope that
Yeah.
the gates continue to stay open because it's been kind of a miracle that we've been able to get stuff to them this far.
Yeah. And what Taras is doing every time. I don't
Yeah.
know. Him and Naomi in India both. It's like you see the stuff they do, and you're just like, goodness gracious, my life looks
Yeah.
so freaking cushy. They're like,
Yeah. It
doing
really does. It's
good.
also kind of incredible to see like Naomi from India messaged us today and was like, I'm praying for Ukraine. And Taras has said like several times in the past, like that he wanted to visit what she does in India. And it's cool to like see this like connection, this like bridge between these like two different countries. And they would have otherwise never known each other, known the work that each other was doing.
Yeah, like
But like,
here's the Taras posted. He said, "Our friends are praying. Our friends
yeah,
from India pray for us." And so
Yeah.
there's Naomi in India, and they were praying and fasting today for
Yeah. It's just,
Ukraine.
it's really cool to see that. And it's really inspiring for him. And it's like, and I just keep trying to like encourage him because what he's doing is incredible and so brave. And like everyone who has seen it so far has like applauded him for the work that he's doing. And like, I hope that he needs the biggest reward in the world for the work that he's doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there's where can people give? Because you said there's an emergency fund. I'll attach a link to whatever this to.
Yeah, it's so like on our website, if you go to the donate page, there's like a direct link that's easier to get there. But if for some whatever reason it doesn't work, it's on our website on the donate page. And then there's a drop down and it just says Ukraine Emergency Fund. And you can give as much as you want on there. So yeah.
Okay, I'll try to share that screen really quick. So this is your website, the yaqarproject.org.
Yeah. So then you press
The
donate.
it has the in the front,
Yeah,
yaqarproject.org.
unfortunately, that was my fault. Sorry.
No. Just clarifying though, so the people don't. I mean, I guess you'd find it anyway. You can probably Google it. And
Yeah,
so
it's the
then,
only
so
car
then where do
project.
you go? You go to
Donate.
donate. Like,
It's
yeah,
all the way
because
on
I've
right
given
there
on here.
it's right there on the white box that says donate.
Wait,
Like huge. You don't see it?
wait.
It says
Oh,
donate.
that because our screens were in the right hand
Oh,
corner of my thing. That's why I was like, I can't find it. Why am I so?
like
Yeah,
right
so it's up
there.
here in the right hand corner. It says donate,
Yeah.
and you can click there, and
And then
then
you press, yeah, then you have to press donate again, unfortunately.
donate. Okay, and then you just put in Ukraine, like specify, and then
Yes, no. So press the drop down. It's a drop down button.
right here. Okay,
Yeah.
emergency. Okay, yeah, Ukraine.
Yep.
Okay,
And then
cool,
you just click on that and then you put the amount and press give. Easy.
cool.
Yep.
All right, cool. So
That's it.
I'll link that then, and then I guess is there anything else you want me to link or to the not your other video?
No, not that video.
I can't. I really could. I don't care.
No. I actually have no idea how that video blew up like that.
It's crazy.
It's insane. But yeah, no, the only other thing that we're thinking of doing in the future that it's like in the works, is doing a month-long walk sort of thing. It's through a program and it's a walk, but also it's like any exercise, you log it in, but it's to raise funds for Ukraine
Okay.
also. And so it's going to be like a month-long campaign. But we'll announce more about that later because we're still working out the kinks and whatnot.
Okay.
But it's just a way for everyone to kind of get involved wherever they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
If you do talk to Anya or anybody, if you could try to record it on Zoom, that would be great.
Sure.
I've tried to get Taras twice now. I mean, everything's been so crazy and hectic. So it's
Yeah.
been that on top of like the time difference. And then tonight I texted him. It was a lot earlier. It was probably around 3 because I figured the time would probably be okay. But he said that he couldn't do a Zoom call because I think, and Jessica said the same thing, that they're currently, I guess they're hiding in the church there in his town, and he said he can't have any lights on because they don't want to be a target. So I think they were having us sit quiet without any lights. So so I don't know if I'll actually get to talk to anybody in Ukraine specifically, but if you do, if you could just record it, then I could.
The only
share it
other
or
thing
something.
that if you wanted to link, you could link his video. If anyone wants to like learn about his Project Joy or the
Yeah.
Joy Project,
Wait, that's the one. Is that the one you made for him? Right when we interviewed him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So that
it's
one.
got his interview on it, so you can see him and see like the kids that he's helping and is continuing to help during this process. But it was before the war when we recorded this video. But I mean, if you wanted to share that one, then more people can kind of get an idea of like who he is and his heart. But just in case you can't get a hold of him on Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to. I mean, I talked to him on the phone briefly. Like he called me on Facebook Messenger or whatever. But I haven't been able to get him on a Zoom call, like video or anything, or to record it. But I don't know. He's busy. He's a busy guy.
He is busy saving lives.
Yeah. He's a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
Cool. Hopefully this
Well,
was
yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'll probably
Okay.
just share this and then I mean I could tack on the other clip
Of
of where
Jessica.
Jessica, should I do that at the end, you think? Or
Maybe hers is really emotional and like really like moving.
yeah, that's true. I thought
Per
she did very,
usual.
very well though, because she uh you could tell like the tears were at the brim of the cup, and it was just like because she had just gotten the news of her friend dying
Mhm.
that morning and then had to speak in front of church, and she could
Yeah.
tell it was just like, then she started to cry a little bit and then she like got it back, and I was like, cool, man.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
she did really good. So if you want to
yeah,
share that, I feel like I think
yeah,
I mean if you can, I would do it because I think
yeah.
she
I'll just cut the, because I started and I did like talks a little bit to try to introduce it, but I'll just try to cut that and then go. Actually, you know what? I could probably just pull it up on here, and then you could hop off if you want, and I could just let it run and go through
Sure.
where she talks again, or I'll just pause it and then find it and then hit continue. But so
Whatever you
yeah,
think.
I don't know. I'm still figuring all this thing out.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
Cool.
any of
All right.
it.
Well, thanks for doing this though. So
Yeah, no problem.
cool.
All
I'll try
right.
to share that tonight. So all
Okay, cool.
right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I guess it's recording again. So I just talked to Natalie and I found the video on our local church's Facebook page where my sister, my other sister, that was my sister Natalie, my older sister Jessica, um, shared about what's going on in Ukraine at the church. So I'm going to, since this is recording, I'm going to share the screen and then let that play through. So here we go.
And Jessica, do you want her to use this mic, mate? This one. That's the one causing problems this morning. Jessica's going to speak just a few minutes on what's going on in Ukraine and how we can help. And you guys, this is a great opportunity. You can just put on your offering envelope, the Yaqar project, or just Ukraine. Would be great. And we will have this up here all day, all morning, and at the end of the service as well. And so y'all just feel free to give toward this ministry.
Thank you guys so much. Kind of a mess this morning, but I'm so grateful to be here and to be able to talk to you guys. And I'm just grateful for this church. You know, I'm one of the co-founders of the Yaqar project. Also, my husband and I, we have a really close tie to Ukraine. We adopted our son from there. I've been going there for almost 20 years. And you know, it's our country too. When we adopted our son, it's our country, it's our family. He's got grandparents there and aunts and uncles there and cousins there. And it's just, it's, you know, incredible, the stories of hope that are coming out of there, but also the stories of loss. And I've had people tell me, you know, because I came back from Uganda on Tuesday night, and so I'm still a little jet lagged and getting up at 3:30, and I'd go down to my computer to work, and every morning for the last several days, I spend the first 3 hours of my day just speaking with people over there and checking in on people over there. And you know, I had some friends say, well, just stop looking. But I just think, don't stop looking. Like, let your heart break for what breaks God's heart, you know, and let it celebrate what his heart celebrates. And so I'm so grateful to come to this place where when I walk through the door, people know what's happening, and that your eyes are open, and that you're paying attention, and that your hearts are breaking where his heart is breaking. And I don't want to take up a whole lot of time, but this church has been supporting the Yaqar project from the time it was founded. And we've had partners in Ukraine from almost the time that we founded this project. And I just wanted to update you guys on where our partners and where your partners are right now, and what we're trying to do to be the conduit between whoever is praying or wants to support, and the people on the ground there. And I do think that the most important thing is just to be aware and to be listening and to be praying and to be, taking specific people's names, specific people's prayer requests, and just covering individuals in the country as a whole in prayer, because what's going on is just really devastating. So the Yaqar project has 4 partners in Ukraine. One of our partners is Change One Life, which is an organization that goes into the orphanages and creates photos and videos for those kids. And I have been unable to reach the president of the company, but a couple other people have told me, the company is generally evacuated and there's not a lot they can do for the orphans. What's essentially happening in the orphanages is that if there is family, even if they've been known to be abusive or neglectful, they're just sending the kids back to any family that they have. And then what children have no family, they're just kind of trying to consolidate into orphanages that have access to bunkers so that they can get the kids underground when things are being attacked. And then we have a second organization that we work with there that is called Lifeline Hosting. And they're an organization that we have supported with your guys' help, that we've produced media for. And they essentially, they bring orphans over in the summer and in the winter to live with American families. And this morning I did receive word that one of the co-founders was killed in battle this morning. He was a really close friend of mine. He was the one who found my son for me, the one who, sat there with us and counseled us on going to meet him when, we had gone over there thinking we were looking for a baby. And he sat with me, I remember, on the couch saying, I think this is your son. I don't know. Anyway, he was a Ukrainian citizen with American. He had a dual citizenship, so he had opportunity to come home, but he wanted to stay and defend his country, and he passed away this morning in Kyiv. And then but the organization is still running. Our partners are still running, the co-founders running it, and there's still a team in Ukraine, and they are working right now because there's so many American families over here who had hosted kids and then they were in the process of adopting them. There's even one mother who's been messaging me who had just gotten court approval and is the legal guardian of a child that's now in a city occupied by Russia and has no contact. And so this organization, they're trying to find the kids who have American families who are personally connected to them, wanting to finance their removal from Ukraine, and they're trying to find those kids and get them to Poland. And the American families that they're working with are working to finance that. So we haven't sent very much financial resource to them. The two other organizations that we're partnered with are the two we've been sending financial resources to on a daily basis. One is called Spirit, and they're an organization that's pretty much, they were already like on the Russian border. So they're in a pretty compromised situation, and a lot of the people who work with Spirit, which is an organization that kind of takes kids out of the orphanages and off the streets and creates like camps and stuff for them to build up their confidence and make them feel valued and understand their worth. So a lot of these people had to leave already, but there's one lady who remained there to make sure that the orphans had what they need. Her name's Anya Katova, and we've been in contact with her. She's been to the orphanages. She's speaking with as many of the children as she can. I got word this morning that their city's being bombed today. But last I heard, Anya was fine and is supposed to report back by the morning. But we've been trying to get financial resources to Anya as much as possible. Her goal is to be able to supply medical needs and food for the kids there. And then if you follow along what we're doing with the Yaqar project, probably the organization you've heard the most about is the Joy Project, because they're one of our closest partners. The man who runs it is named Taras, and the Joy Project just has started out as a message from Taras saying, I really am trying to work with these kids. I have no resources, to becoming an organization that supports like 50 children. And he, he takes them off the street and he teaches them how to cook their food and how to clean themselves because they live with parents who don't do that. A lot of those kids' fathers have gone to the front now, and the families have told Taras that they won't release the kids to go with him anywhere. So he's decided to stay. He's right south of Kiev, and he's staying. The pastors of a local church that he had met have left and gone to Poland. And so he's using the church as like a safe place for people. And he's really every bit of resource we've been sending him, he's been utilizing. He spent 2 days just trying to find gas and filling up his car and taking people to safe places until his city ran out of gas. He's opened up the church to whoever wants to stay there. He's contacted all the families of the children he works with and all the children. And every morning when I've been able to send him money, he goes and spends all of the money on food, takes it back to the church and prepares it, and stays all day feeding people. And he intends to stay. He doesn't want to leave his kids. And so he's going to stay there and to continue to do that. So that is where, if you've been donating to our emergency fund, on our website, there's an emergency fund. I think the link is also in our Facebook page, I'm sure, and in our Instagram. And so we've had an emergency fund up for Ukraine, and every bit that's come in, we've been sending out immediately. And that's how it's being used. It's being used to provide food and medical needs to social and legal orphans who haven't been able to leave. So that's what we've been doing, and that's what we plan to continue doing. And then I know there's like so many things you can find online, and right now we had been able to send money through Western Union until this morning. As of this morning, I can't, I haven't been able to send money to our people this morning. However, I spoke with a pastor in Indiana who's leaving tomorrow morning, and he's going to fly to Poland and cross the border and take financial resources to Taras and try to get them to Anna. And the thing seems to be that once you get money into the country, they can transfer it between themselves online, but we cannot get it to them without somebody physically going. So this pastor is going to go, and if he's successful in going, then he has more Christian volunteers who are going to go. So we will continue to get money over there as fast as we possibly can. And I just wanted to get up here and let you guys know, and also let you know that, just your prayers are so helpful. And, I have so many friends over there, and people have had miraculous things happen, and people have made it to safety who didn't think they would make it. And, there's just been God's favor everywhere. And I just wanted to ask you to please continue to pray, because there are also horrible stories, and there are also children, laying on the floor in their room in the dark so that there won't be any lights for targets, and there's children scared, and there's people scared. And I think if you will just continue to pray, and there's so many ways to give. So there's funds out there now to support the Ukrainian army, and there's funds to support direct orphanages, and if you want to give wherever you want to give, we're just so grateful for that. And I just wanted to let you know, because you guys have been part of the Yaqar project from the beginning, what we are doing and where our finances are going and how we're solving the problems of getting them there. So I just appreciate this time to talk. Thanks.
Okay, so that's the video of Jessica sharing, and in that, when she brought up the picture of Taras, and Taras was on the left side. I think it should be the left side. I don't know how this video. Hopefully, it doesn't flip or anything. And the other young man next to him is Daniel, and Daniel like I said, Jessica has been going there for, like she said in the video, for like 20 years. And when she first went there, she met Daniel as like a little boy in the orphanage, and him and Taras were in the orphanage together. And so Daniel, she's basically like a mother to him. And Daniel's also helping. I think he's one of those that's gonna get the money to Anya in Pokrovsk, because I said that right. Still trying to say it right. I'm not sure how that's working. It's when we send money in India, it's like you just do it through PayPal, and it's a lot easier. For some reason, we gotta do Western Union, and we used to do MoneyGram. Then that stopped working. So, but so we have all that to say. Daniel's helping, Sasha over there as well. That's helping. But like Natalie said, the money is being focused on the children, which it's going to Anya and Taras, because they're there with the kids right now. So yeah, if you'd like to give, I will look in the whatever description, and I'll put the comment. I mean the video of Taras. I'll put that YouTube, so you can click that, and I'll put the Yaqar project website, so you can click that and just click donate. Hit the emergency Ukraine fund, and then just feel free to give, and we'll get it to them. So anyway, thanks. That is it.